Good morning. I'm going to show you a few ways that you can increase the mobility of your posterior chain so that you can stretch your hamstrings, stretch your back, and feel a lot better, increasing the mobility so that you can do a lot of the exercises that I'm going to be showing you in the 55 and older category, and for people who are injured, mainly knee and hip injuries, things like that. So the first thing that I want you guys to gather is a golf ball. The golf ball is great for rolling out underneath your plantar fascia and helping your full posterior chain release, because everything is attached from the toes all the way up the back to the back of the neck. So you're going to put your ball on the floor and you're going to stand up and roll out the plantar fascia underneath the foot. And this isn't going to feel good. You might even feel it crunch a little bit. But you're going to do this for about a minute each foot. Okay. Keep going. Time ourselves for a minute. Get all the edges of your foot. Okay, so with the foam roller, we're going to stretch out the calves to begin with. So I want you to get onto your bottom. You're going to bring the foam roller just out so that it's underneath this calf, this left leg for me. My right leg is going to be supporting my body with my foot on the floor. So I'm going to be lifting myself up off the ground slightly so my bottom is not on the ground. And I'm going to roll back and forth. Actually, you want this to start at your ankle and then roll. So you feel that compression of the calf muscle against the hard foam. You can even move your body or your leg to get that lateral side of the calf or the outside. Go to the inside. And we're doing this for a total of 30 seconds each leg. Move it to the other leg. There we go. Use that foot to support you. You can do both calves at the same time. Just depends if you can support your body weight completely. It might actually even give you more compression down on the calves if you need that. So if you would like to do both calves, put this under your ankles, lift yourself up, and roll back and forth. Okay, this is completely dependent on your ability to hold yourself up. So that's the other way to do it. Okay, now we're going to be doing our hamstring. So you're going to pull that back to your knees Again, you're going to be lifting your body up off the ground and rolling back and forth. I just prefer to do both at the same time. Get a little bit more body weight down and the compression is heavier. And you kill two birds with one stone. Not needing to increase the amount of time you're spending. It already takes a lot of time to work on your mobility. Okay, we're going to move from our hamstrings to our bottom. So we're just rolling the glutes. You can go all the way out and back if you want. This requires a lot more strength in the core, or just roll here. We're going to roll the entire posterior chain before we get to the side of the body. So we're going to move the foam roller to our low back. And we're going to now pick our hands up and put it on the foam roller and roll all the way down and back. So we're using our legs, our heels, to pull ourselves forward. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. This feels really good. Get lots of pops and cracks in my back when I do it. Okay, last one. While we're in this position, our shoulder blades are resting over the foam roller. Now for the last 30 seconds on the back, we're going to be rotating our thoracic spine over top of the foam roller. So it's like you're doing a crunch, just pulling forward. And you can hang out here if you want. This feels really good. Even stretching the front of the body, the chest. Okay, so that's the back of the body, the posterior chain. Now let's do the lateral side of the body. We're going to work the IT band. So I'm going to lift my body into a side plank position. Put the foam roller down right underneath that hip bone right there, okay, the femur. Then you're going to take your top leg and put it in front of the bottom leg. And the other arm is going to support you moving back and forth. So you're kind of pivoting off your shoulder here as you roll up and down. You also are going to be placing pressure down on this IT band, which causes quite a bit of pain. So this foot comes in handy here because you can lift yourself up a little bit to prevent that painful feeling. But the pain is somewhat good. You really need to work that out. Might have very tight IT bands. Try to go the full length of your leg if you can. If you have to, move your foam roller to get into areas that are a little bit more sticky or painful feeling. So side plank, put it underneath your hip bone. Other leg on top goes over and pivoting off the shoulder. Ooh, this feels good. You can foam roll anytime, but I do recommend that you do it when you're kind of warmed up. So if you have the ability to warm up ahead of time, great. Or at the end of your workout. But the beginning of the workout is good too because we're trying to increase mobility so that when we get into the exercises that are moving the big muscles of the body, then you've got the flexibility to do it. Okay, so do this right before your workout and right after. That's the side of the body. Now we're gonna move to the front. And I just like working out the quad flexibility here. So I'm gonna be just basically laying over top of the foam roller and letting my feet hover off the ground in like a Superman pose, and then rolling back and forth. Now you can get onto your elbows if you need to. And just let the weight of your body provide that compression. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, what do I have? Oh, we're gonna do toe raises like this, so a little jump in place. For those of you with knee injuries, or you just don't wanna do those deep squats, right, that I've been doing in the other things, that we're gonna keep our legs straight and just start getting the blood flowing, okay? So you can just do a toe raise without the bounce if you want. We're gonna go like this for a little bit. So toe raises, get those calves nice and burning and warmed up. Do a little bounce. Okay, now we're gonna move that into a little jog. So not a lot of impact here. Your feet are barely leaving the ground. Okay, from here, we're gonna do a leg swing. So if you need to grab a chair for stability, I'll just show you. If you grab a chair, you can have some stability as we do some leg swings back and forth. So just go as far as your leg will allow. I'm not super flexible either, something I have to work on myself. But we cannot neglect that mobility. That's why after every workout and before every workout, we need to stretch. Okay, so that's front and back. Let's do the other side. Okay. We're only doing a 3-minute warm-up here. Okay, move your chair just a little bit behind you. We're gonna do a swing side to side. If you need to hold on to the chair, it's there. If you don't, just let go. Swing that leg side to side. Open up the hips. Okay, let's do the other leg. Woo! Well, working on your stability, balance. So try not to rely too heavily on something. Just put your hand there if you need to. Kind of tap it every once in a while if you need that balance. You can have a cane or a stick. That would help too. Okay, now we're gonna spread our legs out. Just kind of rock side to side. As we don't have a whole lot more time in this warm-up, okay, we're gonna move right into our first workout, which is gonna be a wall sit. Okay, your first exercise is going to be a wall sit. Find a wall, sit down as low as you can. If this is too low for you, I'm at about a tabletop 90-90. Okay, that's for 30 seconds gonna be where you need to remain, or come up a little higher. Okay, just try and stay in a bent knee position. If this bothers your knees, kick your feet out a little bit further. Again, low. Exercises. An elevated push-up. So I'm gonna go against the wall. We're gonna keep those elbows in tight and push up. If you need more of a challenge, go down to the floor on your knees and do your push-up on the floor. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. The next exercise we're going to do is a chop. So I'd like you to have a weight, whether it's kettlebell or dumbbell. We're going to go down to our left knee and up to the ceiling to the right. Down to the left, up to the right. Have your eyes follow your hands. Doing this for 30 seconds. Just go as far as you can. If you can only come to here, great. Come down and up. Full range of motion if you can. Diagonal movements are so important for us because we don't just move in a linear fashion, we move diagonally as well. So it's important for our You're gonna grab a towel. So get your towel and you're gonna put it in between your knees. Lay down on your back and squeeze the towel between your knees. We're going to be doing a hip bridge. We want that towel squeezed as we lift up. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. And squeeze. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Really trying to get good elevation of those hips, but go as far as you can. Okay, the next exercise is just basic crunches on your back, making sure that your belly button is pulled into the spine. And we're gonna reach our hands straight up to the ceiling and pulse. Okay, now we're going to be rolling over onto our back and we're going to be doing a Superman. So lay on your stomach, hands straight out, feet straight out. We're going to lift the hands and feet together as one. If that's too hard for you, do opposite arm, opposite leg if needed. Or just do the legs. Or just do the hands. And lots of variations to Superman. We're going to be doing a RDL, Romanian deadlift. So we're just leaning down and coming back up. Squeeze your butt at the top. It does help to have weights in your hands. to plank. Walk down the feet all the way out into a plank. Holding the plank position, getting your butt low. If you have to, drop to the knees. Okay, we're gonna hold this position for 30 seconds. Making sure your hands are under your shoulders and that your butt is down. We don't want it up like this, okay? Get it nice and low.